So today I'm going to do a look/makeup chat all about professional work makeup. And what I mean by professional is more if you work in a conservative environment, whether it be law or medicine, or as my beautiful model today, Dasheen, or she likes to be known as Dashi, does. She works in current affairs, so she's a journalist and a presenter on more of the sort of current affairs, news and politics side of things. Anyway, she wrote me a lovely letter because she'd had a few comments when she was filming a documentary that she just made. She had some comments about her makeup which really knocked her confidence. She'll tell you all about it in a second, but I just thought that's quite an interesting subject, so I've invited her along today, and let's have a big warm welcome for Dashi. So I started by applying a nice layer of Embryolisse all over Dashi's skin because you're quite dry skinned, normal to dry. And then I'm going to go in with the Luminous Silk Foundation. This is 8.5. This has slightly brighter tone, which I think will be good for those darker areas, just lifting your skin a little bit. And then I'm going to blend out across the rest of the face. So you wrote me this letter.
I did.
Which was very intriguing and shocking and interesting.
Yeah, it's why I wanted to come and see you, really. So I suppose I've never been great with makeup, and it's quite basic what I know how to do. And foundation is definitely one of the products I struggle with the most, like finding the right skin tone for my skin and applying it properly. And in my job, I have to apply my own makeup. Mm-hmm. So it's something I'm always slightly worried about. And recently a male colleague said to me, we were doing some filming outside, and he said, "Have you put on a lot of makeup? You didn't need to put on that much." And
no.
I know. And he said you should just wear what you were wearing yesterday. And I thought to myself, I am wearing exactly what I wore yesterday.
Exactly. You did not know what he was talking about. And it's a classic case of somebody commenting on your makeup that doesn't really know anything about anything to do with makeup. But it knocked your confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of feel that maybe he had a point. I was outside in the sunlight, and maybe I don't know, I was heavy-handed or whatever. But yeah, I was kind of, oh gosh, I should really maybe sort this out. Which is why I then wrote to you. And I suppose, I mean, my mum doesn't really wear any makeup, and neither does my sister. So I feel like I started from ground zero almost.
Yeah, you didn't have that kind of you weren't watching makeup as you were growing up and seeing, oh, that works, that doesn't work.
Yeah. And often I feel like the makeup, how I apply it and what I use is the same as what I did at 15, 16.
Yes.
So in the last 15 years.
Happens.
Yeah.
Everyone's guilty of that. Get stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
So you brought with you your 4 products that you use. So you're very you use a mascara, you don't use concealer, do you? Use bronzer, powder bronzer on top of a long-wearing foundation. This one's quite matte, which I can see is good for your work.
Yeah. But
your skin is already quite dry, so I'm using slightly more luminous. I've also gone for a slightly brighter colour, so it's a little bit richer, just for the darker areas. So I've used that all over, really starting with your dark areas just to lift, and then quite thinly. And I'm going to actually use some concealer, which I know you haven't really used before and you don't usually use.
No. I never really understood what concealer is.
Yeah, I know. It is a problem. I think everyone's quite confused about concealer now because it's used so much for highlighting. It's used in a really heavy way. If you look online, often people will put like half a bottle of concealer on, and it's not necessarily about covering anything up. I mean, traditionally, concealer is about lifting the skin of the darker shadows or things like blemishes or marks, and that's really how you want to be using it for during the day. I mean, you can use it in a highlightery way as well, but within reason. So I'm going to use this is one I like because it does give the coverage, but it's not too drying. It's the Estée Lauder Double Wear. I'll apply it with a brush, and I'm mainly going to use it just underneath your eyes. It's just going to help to lift some of those shadows there. And it feels quite moisturising, this one as well, which is why I kind of like it. and then just pat into the skin. And we're just really looking for this to lift the shadows but also blend in with the foundation. So on your chin area I'm going to use Shape Tape, and this is kind of a heavy concealer which sets, and it's really good if you just want to cover a particular area of your face. So for you, you've got this little bit of pigmentation here, and it's just going to lift that pigmentation, but also it's going to set, it's not going to come off, particularly not on people's clothes. I know you were telling me.
Oh, I know.
When you tried to conceal.
I feel like I have a lot of embarrassing moments with my makeup, and so many times I've gone to hug someone, especially when you're meeting them for the first time, and as I press my face against their shoulder.
You're very friendly on a first time meeting.
It's quite well now. I've sort of withdrawn, so they either must think I'm very stiff or a real, I don't know, like lovey type.
Because you're worried about leaving your kind of concealer all over.
I am. So I give very awkward hugs.
I think because we're only using this slightly heavier coverage just in this one area, so it's the rest of your face, we've used a very thin layer of foundation. We've actually used quite a moisturising under eye concealer, and this is really the only little bit of your face that's going to have more of a heavy coverage, so the overall vibe is not going to be of heavy makeup. So what I was thinking of using next is a cream blush. I know you don't really have blush in your arsenal at the moment, your makeup wardrobe.
Shall I admit something?
Yeah.
You know the bronzer?
Yes.
That's what I thought was blush. So that's what I've been using.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of a blush-ish. It definitely brings colour to your face. But I think for this kind of fresh day look, that would be nice for when you're filming, you know, and you're outdoors. I think something like a cream blush would be really nice for you because of your skin is quite dry.
Yes.
And what's nice about it is that you can still use your bronzer as well.
Yeah.
But I think it will just bring kind of a little bit of life into your skin. And I just want to show you. It looks quite red. And we obviously haven't powdered your skin. Actually, just bring your mirror up. Have a look. I'm going to just show you how that kind of blends in really nicely.
So you just rub it into full motion.
Yeah, and little bit of patting as well. Try on this side. I'm going to put a few pats on there. Just have a little go of blending that in. That's nice. Yeah. And down here as well, bend that edge.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. You see? Yes. She's done her makeup herself. You can go now. It's just even if you do then use your bronzer on top, you've just got this lovely kind of fresh blush.
So what's the bronzer then?
The bronzer for you is, you're using it because it's quite, the bronze that you use is very highlightery.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of shimmer in it, which is nice because it brings a glow to your skin. That's how you're basically using it. You're using it as a sort of all over glow.
Yes, yeah.
Which is nice. And I think I still like your own bronzer, but I quite like you with a little bit of blush on as well. So now I am going to use your bronzer, which is, it's one of the Mineralize. So it has lots of shimmer and shine in. So it gives a nice bit of glow. It'll also set the cream blusher that we've used on your eyelids. Do you use it on your eyelids?
No.
It's quite nice just because it's a quick and cheeky way of doing your eye makeup.
Yeah.
Around the centre of your forehead, just on your hairline. I am going to use a little bit of normal powder as well, so it's not a shiny powder, just to set where I used a little bit of concealer underneath your eyes there. I'm not going to use much powder because I think when you have dry skin, the less you use the better. And most modern day foundations have a kind of silicone-y formulation which tends to set, and they often look a bit drier maybe than, particularly the long wearing ones like the one that you usually use. I would never use powder on top of those with dry skin.
Yes.
Just because it all gets too dry. So onto eyes, and you usually just use a black kohl pencil along your lower waterline.
Yes,
Yeah.
and again, I'm not sure if I ever do that correctly, because often halfway through the day I'll go to the bathroom and I see it sort of seeped down my face.
Kohl pencil definitely does that. I think that's kind of part of its thing, that it moves around and it gives you that lovely smudgy look, which some people love.
It's a bit like
it's
drunken
kind of
3 a.m. look.
It's kind of a lived-in smokiness. Yeah, if it's a classic Kohl, it definitely does that. There are lots of longer wearing products that you can use. You can either use gels or gel pencils. I'm actually going to use a dark, this is almost like a cocoa, like a super dark, look up for me, darling. It's like a super dark brown along your lash line. I'm going to also go along your lower lash line there. And you could use a Q-tip or whatever you wanted here, just to smudge in.
I always applied it on my waterline, but is it better longer?
No, I applied it on the waterline as well.
Oh, okay.
I did the waterline first. That's so good that you didn't feel me do that. It makes me feel very
no, I didn't.
good
I
at
like...
makeup. So I went along your waterline, and then I went along the lower lash line. And now close your eyes for me. I'm just going to go, close both eyes, because then you don't feel the stress of having to not blink. Kind of going in between your lashes, and obviously you can use black as well. I just thought I'd try this sort of chocolatey shade for a bit of a change, and almost also because you said you do like that no makeup look as well.
Yes, well, I think because for filming, because I'm often out and about, and it's just a normal everyday life, they want you to look like natural, like you're normal, like you've not got dressed up for the cameras kind of thing. So next I'm going to use some eyelash curlers. Do you ever partake? No, I think I'm quite lazy, but I'd
so
like
it's more
to know.
laziness. It's not that you're terrified or anything.
No.
Okay, just look down for me, and then just focus on something. Keep your eyes on something for 1 second. How does that feel?
Fine.
Let's see, open. Yeah, it just really lifts the eye. I love it. And for mascara, I'm going to use a waterproof. This is a volumizing mascara. Look down. I know we're doing this kind of no makeup look, but I think you can always get away with nice, heavy lashes, lots and lots of mascara. I think it still works.
I love big lashes. So
yeah, I think it just looks so good. It's like the most instant makeup you can do, the most effective, quick makeup. So onto brows. You don't normally use any brow products. No. Yeah, you've got really good brows. I mean, it's not essential, but I would like to just fill in maybe just the top bit here, because you've got such a good shape to your brows that I almost want to just enhance them. Have a look at that. See, I'm just filling in.
Oh, yes.
It's only really here. It's your high points, I'd say. It's
so interesting because you can see the sort of subtle difference it makes to being finished. Yeah, it's very
small, but it just gives it a polished look.
I feel like brows are, one of those things that if you're not that good at makeup, they just pass you by.
Yeah, because you think, well, I'm okay. I don't need to get into that whole area.
Yeah.
Another thing that you could use actually is just a tinted brow gel, which, because you've got such a good shape anyway. This one is a little bit of brown, and you can just comb through with that. It sort of holds them in place and just gives them a little bit of a shine, a little bit of gloss. So onto lips. Now I noticed that you didn't bring a lip product of any description with you. Is that because you just never ever wear anything on your lips?
So I love lipsticks, and I actually have so many lipsticks of really bright colours like purples and reds, which I like.
Okay.
But I never wear them for work, and I very rarely even wear them when I go out to meet friends. I think because I feel so self-conscious. So I tend to wear basically the same thing every time, and the only person who sees their lipstick is me when I feel a bit bored on like a Thursday night. Okay. I put it on at home.
Really? Yeah. That's so interesting.
Have a look, enjoy it, and then take it off.
I think there's a lot of women like that love the idea, the concept of red lips or really bright lips, and will buy those kind of products, but then not necessarily wear them.
Yeah.
I mean, for work, do you think because you're in current affairs and it's something which is quite serious as a job, do you think that that would undermine if you turned up in really bright red? Or is it not so much that, it's more that how you feel about it?
It's probably more to do with my self-confidence. I mean, it can be a serious look. It doesn't always have to be, but I think if you were going to do it, you definitely need the confidence to pull it off. And I don't even have that, you know. I struggle with that with my friends.
Okay.
But, you know, if I went to, I'd feel okay actually wearing lipstick out and going to Tesco where...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But not so much to go out with friends.
Yeah, I think because I've just never, although I like wearing bright lipsticks, I suppose, again, it's a bit like the foundation thing. I'm never 100% sure if what I like actually suits me and I don't look like a clown.
So it's more a confidence thing.
Yeah.
That you love it, but you think, are people looking at me and thinking that's weird, or is that not applied properly or something?
Well, I remember I had one ex-boyfriend and he was very much like, oh, that lipstick, it's far too bright. That's why he's an ex-boyfriend.
Oh, no, that's why he's an ex-boyfriend.
Yes.
But men are really weird about that. I've had this thing when I've talked about before, how it's almost like if you put no makeup on and red lipstick, sometimes guys will be like, oh, you've got way too much makeup on, where you could have like 75 products on of a natural, in inverted commas, look, and they'll be like, yeah, that's better. And you're like, hold on a minute, I've got loads of makeup on now.
Exactly.
But there is something, it's because it's very obvious, isn't it, red lipstick?
Yeah.
So I thought for a day look, either going with this kind of professional, this work look that's also quick, either to do something like a chubby stick, which is kind of a moisturising, slightly balmy texture. What's nice about this, I'm just going to put this on first, is that if you were kind of, you know, in the middle of work and you had to have a meeting or you just want to touch up your makeup, it's so quick. You can just, you don't really need to have a lip pencil. Have a look. You don't really need to have a kind of lip brush or a lip pencil or even necessarily a mirror with you, and that just gives you a nice finished lip, and it fits in well with this sort of healthier look. Or there's something like the similar colour with a matte texture. When you apply products like this that have a lot of pigment in them, you do need something like a lip brush, and this is, I guess it's just more of a look, you know. But because it's not a very strong colour, this is almost just a bit more polished, I'd say, than having just the tinted balm. So that's your finished professional day look.
Yeah.
Which I think is nice and
I love
natural.
it. Yeah.
Just glowing. You do look quite polished, which I think is going to be good with your job,
on camera,
particularly if you're on camera, just to have that extra little bit of polish. But now I actually want to do something else, something we weren't planning. So I'm going to give you an amazingly bright lip, because I do feel sorry for all of your lonely bright lipsticks that you've spent all this money on and you've never hardly ever wear.
I know. And the thing is, I love bright lipsticks.
You love them, I know.
I do.
know. You keep talking about your bright lipsticks, and I'm like, these poor lipsticks, they need.
And people are so surprised when they come into my room and see them. I think the problem is I love colours.
Yeah.
And so I'll buy something because I love that colour, but I'm never 100% sure
if that's the
colour
that
loves me.
suits you. Yeah. So over here, we just picked out a couple of colours that you said are similar to the colours that you would have at home. So, I just broke these sort of bright purpley colours, bright pinky colours. So I'm just going to start by putting on a pencil all over. This is a really bright, almost cyclamen pink, a bluish pink. And on top of that, I'm using a slightly more violet-y pencil, just so we get a bit closer to the sort of colours that you, I was going to say normally wear, but I think that's wrong, normally buy.
Normally buy.
Yeah. And then this really bright fuchsia pink lipstick over the top. Although you hardly need it, because I think just the pencil on its own was pretty nice on you. It's a gorgeous colour on you. I think you should definitely wear your lipsticks more often. Even just to go out with your friends.
Yeah.
They suit you so well.
This is a lovely colour.
That pencil, I think, was great for you. It's just the Bite pencil. It's slightly softer than some lip pencils, so you can use it all over, and you wouldn't have to worry about that moving around.
Yeah.
Because if you use just a pencil, it's just going to stay.
So I never knew you could use a lip pencil.
Yeah,
as
you
a
can
lipstick.
just use it all over.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are a little bit drying, so you feel like they drag when they go on.
Yeah.
But you can put underneath a little bit of, lip balm first. I'm actually going to try this, which is a Fenty highlighter. But since we're going for this slightly more glam look now, I'm just going to put a dusting of that on your eyelids. A little bit of shine there. This is just an amped up version really of what we had earlier. Like a rose gold this is. And then I'm going to go in with a black pencil this time. Look up for me. So we had the chocolate for the day. And then a little bit of black. You know what, let's put a little tiny bit of contour in. And face that way for me. Mainly just at the sides.
So what does contouring do?
It just really emphasises your bone structure. So it shouldn't really be used to change the shape of your face. That's kind of theatrical makeup, but it's good for enhancing. So it gives natural shadows, so you can create shadows where maybe you haven't got shadows. So obviously if you've got amazing cheekbones, you have this shadow underneath them, and you can cheat that by adding shadow just underneath your cheekbone there. And I always blend it in afterwards, just so you don't end up with a kind of stripe. A little bit across your forehead, under your chin. So I think that's your finished, slightly amped up version of your... This is you then going out in the evening.
Yeah.
So you kind of finish work, you've done all your thing, and then you bring one of your nice lipsticks to work with you, or in fact, you can take that pencil with you, you can have that. And then you just go and have a little moment, go and pop on your lip colour.
So I feel like
And
with
then
this
come
lipstick...
out and wow everyone.
Yeah. I mean, I love this colour, and I feel like this is what I do on a Wednesday night. I put it on, I enjoy it, sit at home, and then take it off again.
No, you have to go out. You're hiding your light under your... What do they say? Hiding a light under your bushel.
Yes.
Something like that. You really should embrace the colour.
Yeah.
Because it just looks so beautiful on you. And it's something that you enjoy. It's a shame not to kind of be able to take that out and have fun with it and just,
and not worry.
Yeah, not worry. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
So I'm going to have to break this all down for you now, because obviously when you sit here, it's hard to learn because you're on camera. But I'm going to put together a little set of makeup for you so that going forward, when you are at work and they suddenly say you're going to be on camera, you've got the right bits and pieces with you. Thank you for coming. It was
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome.
I'm so pleased you replied.